You're now listening to Box Power Sound.
Brought to you by Bel Air.
Woo, that's California Heaven by Jahkoy, who is our special guest today right here on Box Power Sound. Unfortunately, we are not in California. We are in a polar vortex in Toronto. But I'm happy to have my brother here. He is a Canadian singer-rapper who has strategically written his quote-unquote odd future. He's achieved global success with the release of his R&B ballads and heartbreakingly relatable songs. And we're happy to have him here. Everybody welcome Jahkoy to Box Power Sound.
How we doing?
Woo! Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. So it's been a long time since we last linked up.
Yes.
A very long time.
Yes.
How's Dad?
Doing well.
He's doing well?
Yeah.
I want to say the last time I've seen you was probably at your dad's condo. We were trying to record a song.
Ah, yeah. I'm there. Wow, that was a while ago.
Way back.
What year was that?
Oh my God.
Maybe
this
like
had to have been like
2011, 2010.
Yeah.
Like.
And we were just, it was lit and it was a good time, but I don't think we ever got that song recorded.
No, we didn't.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. So congratulations on everything you've got going on, especially the single release, Exes Summer Flings, featuring Fabolous, which we're going to drop later on in the show.
Right.
But it's really incredible how you've taken your poetry and everything that you used to do as a youth to where you've taken it now. I think the first time I met you, it was at Mona's condo. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, he was like a 16-year-old kid. I don't know what he was doing at Mona's condo. Okay. But it was one of those things after the club, and he was there, and he was rapping his little ass off. Okay. He blew us all away. And we knew him as Raheem.
Yeah.
And we were just all blown away, like, who the fuck is this kid? Who's with him? Like, who's chaperoning him right now? And he blew us all away. Mona's like, oh, I'm ready to sign him and all this stuff. So how was it? Because you started writing poetry at the age of 11.
Yeah.
Who were your influences? What really got you into this music career of yours?
So everything kind of started, my influence on poetry was definitely Shakespeare. That's kind of how I got into it. We're doing like a poetry class in like the 5th grade,
Okay.
And, my teacher pulled me aside one day and he was like, yo, you make like really good poems. Like, I think this is something that you should pursue. And I just found it as like a way to express myself. I was able to like, tell things and I never had any limitations with what I could write. So I could just write whatever was on my mind and how I felt. So I just took that to my advantage. And one day I started taking those poems and started putting those poems on beats. And then one thing led to another, and I'm in the studio and I have a song, and then I started experimenting a little bit with these poems on house records.
Right.
So I started shifting the sound a little bit.
Yes.
And so I was like, I went to a Disclosure show they had in Toronto. Vic Mensa was opening, and one of my homies, he knew Vic. And so he was like, I got tickets to the show, you and I were going to go, and, it's going to be a dope experience. Mm-hmm. And I had never heard of Disclosure before, right? And so I go to the show, and it's just all house music. It's all these incredible sounds that I've never been exposed to. Mm-hmm. And so I'm at the show, and I'm like, it'd be really dope if somebody like rapped over these records. And so I took some of these records that I found on SoundCloud and I started rapping over these records, and then I started to want to take things further. I was like, I'm going to try to sing over these songs too. Like what? Like, there's no limits to what I could, where I could take it. So I was just like, let me try everything, it's like the music is there for me to create. So let me just try. Mm-hmm. Cause the whole thing was just like, as I'm getting to be more familiar with like the process of making a song, I'm wanting to like try more things, like and I'm even like at the time too, I was even like making my own beats at the time too. I was like, I had this program, Audacity, where I would like take a record. I was almost doing kind of like what Kanye West was doing, where he'd sample a record, he'd take like the best part and sample it and loop it, and just have the vocal in the background.
Yes.
I didn't really like add anything to the beats, but like what was there was enough for me to express myself. Mm-hmm. Right. And so,
you were producing your own beats at one point?
Yeah, I'm still doing to today. You know, that's something that like I don't really like promote very much, but like that's something that I definitely do, and I feel like
you got your hand in there in the production
and everything.
That's amazing.
Yes,
and I believe it because again, when we were recording at your dad's condo, you were just so focused. I just remember it
at such a young age too, right?
Such a young age.
Yeah, that's really dope.
And also, you performed at the Manifesto Festival before the age of 16.
Yes.
Wow. Which is amazing. And it's like full circle right now because we are at the Manifesto headquarters.
This is crazy,
right?
yes.
So he's just taken his career like all the way over there and we come back and we're at Manifesto. So that's amazing. How was that experience for you being, younger than 16?
At the time?
Performing on a big stage like that.
I mean, at the time, it was incredible, honestly. Like, just getting, like, the response that I was getting, I was just, like, kind of overwhelmed. And it just pushed me to want to do, like, more as I was singing. And it's like, I figure, if this is something that people are taking a liking to, I can explore the unknown, try to take it there.
And dive deeper into it.
Dive deeper to it, because I was like a little kid. I didn't really know, like, if, like, I wanted to play basketball, like I was in school and all the homies playing basketball. I want to be in the NBA, that's where my head was at, I was, and so like, it was just kind of juggling those two thoughts and figuring out what I really wanted to do. And then, I figured,
now you're here.
Now we're here.
Yeah. And it's so amazing to see that journey.
Yeah.
So tell us, who are some of your musical influences?
Kanye West, like I said, Pharrell Williams, Ryan Leslie, Craig David. The list is crazy. Like I have a crazy list.
So many.
And I feel like in my music, you could definitely tell like the influence is there.
Right.
I'm just trying to just explore this new sounds. The music is infinite.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so it's like one of my favorite things too when I started like diving into the production. I was seeing like Ryan Leslie do things like he'll take like a bottle of salt of rice and he'll shake it next to the microphone, to make some instrument, like something that's just like creative and raw, and so like I'm really like.
You're doing your thing.
Doing it, yeah.
And so you're singing a lot more on your music though. It's not rap at all.
No, I've shifted my sound completely.
Right.
And so with this new era for me, I feel like it's a new era because it's like I had never done it before.
Because I was listening to your music. It seems like you're being very diverse. And
I'm trying to now, like, because I feel like I feel very comfortable where I am musically, and I'm trying to dive into a little bit more of the rapping and like mixing the two.
I like that you're doing that because I feel like it's better to think outside of the box, because that's how you stand out.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is different, and I was like just looking more deeper into all of your music, and I didn't know what to expect, which is amazing because it makes you want to dive in deeper to see what next.
What else
next?
next?
Exactly.
Yeah, but again, our first introduction to you was rapping, and you are lyrically incredible. So, I mean, to mix that in, I'm all for it. I totally encourage it.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, from when we first met, fast forward, you've been traveling the world and performing all over the world, making hit music.
Yes.
So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And let's talk about his 2020 Wrapped on Spotify.
4.7 million streams.
Sick.
Congrats.
1.2
That's
million
amazing.
listeners
Yeah.
in 92 countries.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know what I mean? This young cat that just had a dream and is continuing to pursue it, as well as with you, right? Like, we all know what it takes and how much effort it takes.
Oh, it's a lot.
You can't give up.
It definitely
is
takes
really
a lot.
what it is.
No, for sure.
You really have to have a passion for it, because if you don't, then it's like...
Yeah, because I gave up. I said, fuck it. I was just like... I had Drake open up for me. I had records out. I did my thing, but I was like, fuck it. Because I'm happy with what I'm doing. But I mean, the courage and the effort that you guys put into creating this music, it's like, it's awesome. So you are just taking it to the next level. And with your latest single, Exes Summer Flings, it's doing crazy numbers right now.
Yes.
It's a really good song. I fucking love it.
Yes. I'm one of my favorite records that I've ever done. This is a milestone for me. This is full circle for me. I opened up for Fabolous back in 2011 when him and Pusha T came out to Toronto, and so
Yeah, full
amazing.
I'm
circle.
patting myself on the back over here, you know, if you could
Yes.
see it, you know. And so, yeah, I'm definitely like very proud of how far I've come, and you know, I've definitely believed in myself, like just the whole way through. I knew that this, I did, like when I figured out this is what I wanted to do, I didn't do anything else, you know. And
Exactly.
you know, my family didn't really understand it,
Right.
and that was okay. At the end of the day, I knew that this was for me.
Yeah.
you
As
know?
long as you know, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you can't. It's like what is understood doesn't need to be explained.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But your dad supported it throughout, right? He's your manager.
Yeah, but
Or
I mean,
at one
it's-
point he was your manager.
Yeah, but even still, it was still like that juggle, like that point where I was still in school. I missed a lot of school, to be honest,
True.
you know. But it's still like I knew that, you know what, I'm gonna keep going.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
yeah.
gonna
Right,
keep
right.
going. And there was this point for me where I decided I was gonna leave Toronto. You know, I was
Yes.
gonna leave the city. I went to LA.
Yeah.
And when I went to LA, you know, that California record.
Yes.
That's my true story. I told my story on that record. What I did was, I left Toronto. I went out to LA, and I had one of the homies had reached out to me, Andrew, my homie. He reached out to me on Twitter, and he was like, "Yo, if you ever come out to LA, you know, you got a place to crash, you know." And Andrew had been very supportive of me on the internet. Like, he had posted me on the blog that he was a part of at the time, and it was just like mad love. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. I left the next day. Okay,
Wow.
I didn't wait. I said, I'm gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was on his couch, and he had like, you know, a few other guys at the crib that were crashing there too. So it's like I was very motivated,
Yeah.
and I knew where I was, and I knew how to like charge up and get into that mode, because it was like I'm not at home anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
everything
So-
that I'm around is not familiar to me, so I have to get familiar.
Yeah. So Exes and Summer Flings, was that written during quarantine or
Yes, that was actually just before quarantine.
just before quarantine?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you
That was
released it
actually-
as your own single, and then you got Fabolous on as a feature.
So yeah, so when I worked on the record, it was about my summer of 2019, and
It was lit.
it was lit.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
It was really lit, summer 2019.
Yeah. Cheers to everything
I had-
before
Right?
2020.
I
You
know,
for real,
cheers.
for real.
Before 2020 really put us in our place.
Summer 2019 was very. I explored a lot, and so it allowed me to make that record.
Right.
And yeah, going back to my story, I wanted to say that when I was out in LA, I was only in LA for 5 days when I got like a real good message, and it was Jaden Smith who hit me up.
Right.
Jaden Smith hit me up. He said, "Yo, I've been listening to your SoundCloud all day."
Shout out to Jaden.
Yes.
You know, and then he's like, "Yo, if you're ever in LA, we should link up." I said, "Bro, I got to LA 5 days ago."
Yeah. Wow. Look
Amazing.
at that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
Yeah,
that, like
that's
that.
the
Just, that just let me
universe.
know, like
Yep,
it's
exactly.
everything
Your
is
favorite,
making
right?
sense,
Yeah,
right? It's
exactly.
like had I not chose to leave at the time, this probably wouldn't have made like, you know what I'm saying? It
Tell me
wouldn't
you
have
met
lined
Will
up.
Smith.
Listen. I didn't meet Will Smith. No, I didn't. Right. But the irony of everything is like the summer before I had watched every episode of every season of Fresh Prince.
Right.
So I was like, no, all blown away, you know.
Yeah.
And so I get the DM, and I end up going to Jane's spot that same day.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And I'm over there, and it's just like an experience for me, you know. I'm really in this space,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything that I believed in for myself
It's
is
happening.
aligning
All coming
for
together,
me, you know,
yep.
because I like, even if anybody else didn't understand it, I understand
Exactly.
it, you know, and it's continuing to make sense,
That's beautiful.
you know,
I love that.
and so yeah.
And so you worked with Jaden. We're actually going to
Yes.
talk about that later on, but you definitely worked with him. How many
Yes.
records did you get with him?
We got a bunch of records.
Amazing.
Like at one point we formed a group, and it was a big group full of like videographers, photographers,
Creatives.
producers,
Just a bunch
artists,
of
like
creatives.
a bunch of us, and it was just like we worked on records all day. We worked on content, like a lot of stuff,
Wow.
and it was just like
Amazing.
great space to be in, you know.
Yeah.
Especially like I'm just a kid from Toronto, you
That's
know.
dope that
And
he was
it's
so
like,
welcoming.
Yeah, you know, and
Because he
it was
acknowledged the talent. Like
Yes.
he's seen the
Yeah, you know?
talent, the hustle. Like I love that.
Yeah.
I actually really love that.
it was awesome.
Yeah, dope. So we want to play Exes and Summer Flings, but just before we play that, I want to talk about how the process was of getting Fabolous on the remix.
Oh, the process. So I put the record out in September, right? I put the record out. I put it out with like a teaser video that I had done with my homie out in LA. And we honestly wanted to just tease some new music, you know? I had been out for a little bit, just taking some time to like, recollect myself.
Right.
I did some traveling, and so like now I'm back in the music mode. And I put this record out with the teaser, along with the teaser of another record that's coming out soon. We put that out and it got a lot of traction. A lot of people were messing with it, and it was like, oh wow, like people like really vibing with it. Like, I hadn't put out a lot of stuff in the time. I was like just starting to get back. So I figured like, if people are gonna like listen to it, okay, cool. Like, I wasn't expecting much, but like the support was like very overwhelming. I was like, oh man, like this is dope, And then after we had got a message from Faboulous' team saying that he wanted to get on the remix.
Ooh. Oh wow! So he reached out to you.
Yeah. So
wow,
so his
dope.
team reached out, and then we were like, okay, dope. So we're doing the record, and then we did the record, and then. It was said that he wanted the record to be like his records too. So it says Jahkoy and Fabolous, not just Jahkoy featuring Fabolous. It's our record.
Yeah,
and that's my favorite part because it's like I get to collab with one of my favorite artists of all time.
Exactly.
And it's our record, And also too, you could hear it on the record. He's very comfortable on the record. He's kind of like, he bodied it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a 16.
Yeah. No. He came through. He said
with
like
a 24.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
yeah.
I see it and I love that. Oh my God. That's dope. So he reached out to you for it.
Yeah.
Dope. And Fabolous has been one of my top 10 rappers, like, bars wise, everything. Just his swag, his coolness. He's a cool motherfucker.
Yeah. So right? Cool. What? One of the coolest.
So how did you go about it? He went and did you ever get in the studio together, or he just sent you his verse?
Yeah. So no, he sent me the record. I was in Toronto. I had just came to Toronto.
Right.
At the time, it was September. And yeah, it was literally like around the same month that I put the record out. We had got the message saying that he wanted to get on the record.
Right.
And then we got the verse back end of October, going into November. We got the record mixed next month. We put it out in December.
Perfect.
And so everything just like aligned up. We were figuring
Look
we're
at
gonna
the
do the video.
universe.
So we put the video. I mean, we put the record out, and then we did the video
It's just dropped.
within the next week. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Video
we're just like,
just
video
dropped.
just dropped.
Y'all
It's
gotta
crazy.
take it in. It's smooth.
very
It's
dope.
sexy.
Yeah.
He's
the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that go? How did that work? Because he has his own director. Did they take it and then they sent you those files?
No, so we shot our part. I shot like my side first.
Yeah.
And then we sent them like the reference of what it would
concept,
look
and
like.
went off of that?
And then so they were
But
able
they
to
had their
match it.
director take the clips and then they sent that to you and you kind of fused it.
And then we matched it.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Amazing.
Yeah, solid.
Amazing. And are you still signed to Def Jam? Because so it's not.
No, I'm not signed to Def Jam. I'm
Dolo?
independent. No, I'm an independent artist. Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations. Not to say that Def Jam is an incredible. That was an incredible thing for you.
No,
I'm
the
sure.
experience was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't get me wrong. I love everything that Def Jam represents, like the label, the history behind it.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up on Def Jam poetry, Def Jam comedy, everything. And so being in that building in the room with those those people was very, very, like, it was amazing for me.
Yeah.
I felt like I'm really accomplishing myself. And
that's a huge...
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's great. I spent 3 years at the label. I did like 6 tours. I did like a bunch of tours.
Right.
I was on tour with The Neighborhood, the Chainsmokers,
Kehlani, which we're going to talk about.
Kehlani. Even Ella Mai was on the tour with me.
Yep.
I did my own solo tour too. I did US, Canada, and Europe. I went to Paris, Amsterdam, Belgium, London. I went crazy. I did like, those are my own shows,
Right?
And it's crazy to know that even people out there know me and they're booking me for these shows. So it's like, I'm just hungry to keep going.
Again, this is why I'm so proud of you from where I've seen you, how I met you, where you
glow
started off, and where you were able to take it. So incredible, and we're so happy to have you here on Box Power Sound. So let's get you to introduce Exes and Summer Flings.
This record right here is my new record, Exes Summer Flings, with Fabolous. Check it out right here on Cay Radio, Box Power Sound. Let's go crazy. We with Kat, Asheley Turner. Let's go up.
Wow. Big tune.
Let's go.
Love that record. those bars, the lyrics, the beat, everything. Were you in on that production as well?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
Look at you.
I took it there. Those drums right there that you heard, that was me.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You are just next level. Congratulations. Yeah.
Let's go.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Great song. We play it all the time here.
Let's go.
I know my sisters play it all the time. It's a
that.
big record. So congratulations again on that. So let's talk about it, because you did go on tour, traveled all around the world, again, with all those artists that you opened up for or with or whatever. But how was it on the Sweet, Sexy, Savage World Tour? Because I'm a big fan of Kehlani, so I want to know how that was. Yeah.
That tour was amazing.
Yeah?
That had to be one of my favorite tours for sure. And my longest tours, to be honest. I spent 6 months on that tour.
Really?
We were on that tour from February 2017 to July. It was a lot. We did over 80 shows.
That's crazy.
Shout out David. Shout out David
Yes,
Ali.
David Ali is a legend, for real. That guy,
real.
he definitely took care of me. He showed me a lot of love. He made me feel comfortable, along with Kehlani and her whole team. Like, everybody on the tour was amazing, especially Ella Mai. I shared a tour bus with Ella Mai. She was like, you know, like one of my best friends to today.
Amazing.
And just like, you know, that whole experience was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
I got to see a lot of different places. I got to, you know, feel new energy.
Of course.
Because, you know, these places, they just have their own vibe, you know, and it's something that you get to, you know, be a part of, because it's like they're delivering that energy in their response to the music. It's like, it feels so refreshing to see these new faces.
Yes.
And like, you know, have these new people with their different accent. They're just like, you know, you know, like, it's all of it together. It's a unique experience, you know, because it doesn't happen at home. So it's like for you to come out of your comfort zone and, you know, experience it like a night with these, you know, new people that become fans and friends, and, you know, it's all great. It's amazing.
That was a European tour, or was it?
There was a world tour, so we went to
world tour,
US, Canada, and Europe.
So
Amazing.
did you make any music with them?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
Is it
On
we can
tour,
expect
to be
soon?
honest though, on tour was the hardest time to make music, because we didn't get many days, to be honest.
you're,
Like, we
we
tried on the bus, but you get exhausted.
Yeah,
like
of course.
it's very exhausting. We did make music after tour though.
Okay.
After tour, like, we were just like so high off the energy of like the tour.
The
Like, it was crazy because like
inspiration.
like we had spent so many days together, so many countless days, and like we had worked so hard to get to that point. You know, where just like, this is it. Like, we were like, you know, everything from here is just gonna go up. You know, and like, we finally got to lock in. We got into the studio. We worked on a bunch of records. I worked on, like, I have a couple of records with Ella, a couple of records that I had started with Kehlani. Didn't get to finish, but like,
You're gonna
It's there,
it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
there, like, you know. And so, like, that was a great experience, honestly. Like, I couldn't be.
I love to hear that, man.
I'm so grateful for
Amazing.
all of that, you know.
Yeah.
Of course.
And also too, I was the only guy on the tour, so like, I was really
that's
like,
right.
they were like, I was like spotlighted a lot, you know. It's like,
Okay.
I'm the only guy. It's like Kehlani, Ella Mai, and then me.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I'm like, okay, this is
You
sick.
gotta represent
You know?
for the guys.
exactly.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Like, you know, yeah.
That's what's up. So we should expect to hear some of those collaborations, maybe on your upcoming releases, or I would love to hear it.
Yeah, I actually have one special record that I got to finish with Ella Mai. That's gonna be on my
That's dope.
Super excited.
I'm
Congrats.
excited.
Oh, I
I want to
hear
get
that.
the exclusive so
Yes,
we can break
I know,
it here.
right?
Yeah, no, I'm
wanna
gonna
break
set
it
the
here.
date. I'm gonna set the date. We're gonna lock in. We're gonna make it happen.
Love
Perfect.
it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So some people that you did work with, they're really big names, including No ID, Willow Smith, as well as Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Schoolboy Q, which you had that California Heaven record with.
Yeah.
Just really big names. What was that experience like? Especially people I'm sure that you looked up to.
Yeah. To start, I'm gonna start with No ID because he was the first person that I had met around that time after meeting Jaden.
And being a fan of Kanye,
Yeah,
by the way.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, no,
Huge,
like
huge.
one of my favorite records from Kanye is Big Brother, you know?
Right,
And it's like, No ID,
right.
let the story begin. Like, I love that,
Exactly.
you know? And I felt that. Like, when I met him, I said, let the story begin. You know? I literally did. And so, like, the whole thing was when I met No ID, we had locked in at the studio, right? And the thing with this experience is that like it was like no other, you know. He brought me to the studio, and we had spent 8 hours in the studio, specifically 8 hours. Okay, that was how long the session was meant to be. And we didn't record any songs, okay? We didn't record any songs. This is our first session. We didn't record any songs. We spoke for 8 hours.
Wow.
I showed him every song that I did from when I was 13 up until that day. You know, I showed him everything. I showed him all my videos. I showed him every song. I played everything.
You blew him away.
I did. I told him, this is everything I've ever done to this point. What's next? I asked him, you know? What should I do next? And he was just like,
blown. He's like, whoa.
just continue doing what you're doing.
Right.
Just continue doing what you're doing. He's like, as much as you feel like you might need assistance or anything, you have it.
You're doing it.
You
all
have
right.
the just like the motivation, the energy, the character, the
drive.
you know, this the drive for it.
Yeah.
And he was just
Such
like,
a young age too.
Yeah, you know, and so.
And what age were you at the time when you met No ID?
I was 20 years old. 20.
Wow.
I was 20 years old.
And people at 20, they ain't got shit figured out. So So
I'm 20 years old. I meet No ID, and we're just talking for 8 hours, you know, and it was definitely a great experience.
But let's go back a little bit to the tours and stuff, because I want to know, like, what's the most memorable city that you've ever performed in? Because I'm sure it's been crazy all over, but let's say one
memorable
city. Yeah.
Like, what was the most energetic city that you've been in?
You want to know something crazy? You want to know something crazy? Is that the Kehlani tour was next level.
I could
like
imagine.
It was next level to the point like I'm like, everybody's vibing.
Yeah.
Like I went on tours and I like, hey, they're like not so responsive.
Yeah, right.
But the Kehlani tour, no.
Yes.
They were responsive.
Nice.
Every show. Maybe in the South they were a little bit harsh. They were a little bit more like
laid back a bit.
You know, they're a little straight face.
Yeah.
But like everywhere we got a lot of love, and it was like this.
It's a vibe, I've been to Kehlani's concert and I'm just like, this is why I'm like, okay, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
like
I
the type
totally
of
agree.
people that come out to her shows, they're like they
it.
want to experience a show, like you know.
Sure.
And
she really puts on a show too.
Full blown
definitely.
performance,
full blown, crazy.
You had dancers too on your.
I did not.
sets?
No, I did have a one man band though. I did. Shout out Mars today.
Do you want to have dancers in the future?
Yes, most definitely. I definitely want to have dancers and even dance myself. Like you know, I want to.
Full thing.
I want to get out there and just show. I want to give them a full show.
So
you know,
tell
I feel like my
us
records can.
one crazy tour story.
One crazy tour story.
As crazy as it can get. Come on.
I'll tell you the first time that I was in San Antonio. It was really, really hot, San Antonio.
Yeah.
And this is the first time where I got to throw water on the crowd because it was so hot. And normally, like I feel sometimes I feel bad for the fans. Sometimes
of course.
I'm like, everybody got their cell phone out and someone's throwing water at the. I'm like,
water
whoa.
everywhere.
Unless you have a case on, you're not so
the girl
good.
got
you
done
know?
up. The girl got done
and
up
so
with the hair.
it was crazy because I was on a stage and I was performing. I'm so hot.
Yeah.
I'm sweating out of my t-shirt. I'm like, whoa, it's really hot.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, at the venue, the AC is blown out, right?
Yeah.
And the fans in the show, they're like, throw water.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're like, this is my chance.
And I was like, so I call my homies, I tell them, get up on the stage, we throwing water.
Yeah,
so I'm performing, I'm throwing water at everybody.
Yeah.
That sounds
and
lit.
that was like, that was one of my favorite moments.
Where did you throw the bottle?
No, I threw the water on the ground.
Okay.
I did. Just for dramatic effect, I had to throw it on the ground.
I've seen some artists whip it right
into the crowd.
I don't know if it was Kehlani, but she had like a water gun and she just started like spraying.
Yeah.
It was
She
her,
did that
right?
a bunch of times. Yeah.
I remember someone passing
I think
out
that's
because it was
perfect.
so hot. So
We did that a couple times.
Yeah,
we
you
did
have
that.
to. It's like it gets really
we
hot
did do that
in
in
the crowd.
Santiago. We did do that. You reminded me.
Yeah.
We did do it. We
Water
had pictures.
guns, right?
Oh, water guns. Yeah, we went
gotta
crazy.
pull up the pictures. We gotta pull up those pictures.
That's dope.
Whoa, you just reminded me. That's crazy. We had water guns.
That's fun, man.
Yeah.
Fun. Good for you.
I love that.
So what's a dream collaboration for you? Artist
Dream
and
collaboration
producer.
for me?
Yeah.
Definitely Craig David. Really, really like Craig
So you
David.
got to bring him back from the dead.
Yeah, I know.
Craig
pretty
David,
much.
Brandy,
Super throwback.
Yes.
Nelly,
Make it happen.
Pharrell.
And can we see an Asheley Turner feature? Let's
Ashley
make it
Turner, let's go
happen.
crazy.
Let's
Listen. I was gonna bring this up too. I wanted to talk about like I feel like we need to collaborate more.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I feel like there's not enough of
100%.
that. We need to like bring the talent together. I feel like what's going on in places like Atlanta, in places like even London, UK, they figured it out. Like they're able to collaborate without ego. There's no ego. Everyone's like, yo, let's make a song. Let's do it. Let's make a song. Like, let's make a song.
Why not?
Let's get in the studio.
And it's
let's
a
create something.
collaboration of just great talent.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like, everyone's like so talented. Why not? Let's go.
Ty actually sent me one of your songs. And he's like, you want to write a verse on it? I'm like, I got you. Let's go.
Let's go crazy
let's
then.
make
What's
it
up?
happen,
so it's one of
man.
your songs. So like, I haven't started yet, but definitely. So
Y'all hear?
Okay, let's
y'all
go
heard
crazy
it here
because
first.
Ty's my day one.
Collab
Like,
is coming.
Let's go crazy because Ty's my day one. We go in like all the time.
Collab,
We work on music all the time. So
Y'all heard it here first on Box Power Sound. We're gonna get that. Jahkoy, Asheley Turner features. That's Canadian talent, and we got GetatKat on the broker fee. So you know what I'm saying? We made it happen here.
Yes, Kat.
I'm fucking with you. But right now, we're going to get into a very fun segment, okay? It is called Pop Culture Quiz.
Pop Culture Quiz.
Okay, so we're going to give you a half a second, not even any time, to give us your answer. And we're going to say this person versus that person or whatever the case, and you just let us know who you choose, okay? And you have no time. You have no time to answer, no time to think. It's your true feelings about it.
Let's go crazy.
All right? So let's go.
Talk to me.
Bryson Tiller or Party Next Door?
Party Next Door.
Travis Scott or Young Thug?
Travis Scott.
Meg Thee Stallion or Saweetie?
Meg.
Danny Lee or Coy Leary? However you put it. Leroy, sorry.
By default, I'm going to say Danny Lee because I don't know who the other one is.
Okay. Janae Aiko or Kehlani?
Kehlani.
Greece versus Italy?
Italy.
New York versus LA?
LA.
California heaven. That was a hard one. You gotta say it.
California.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
LA,
hear that. Lil Durk or DaBaby?
DaBaby.
Gunna or Lil Baby?
Lil Baby.
King Von or Pop Smoke?
Pop Smoke.
Sorry,
Sorry.
it's her turn now.
Vancouver versus Montreal.
Oh, Vancouver.
Would you rather have money or love?
Money.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
More money.
Party guy or homebody?
Homebody.
I knew that.
Live in Canada or United States?
Live in Canada.
Yeah. J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar.
I'm going to go with Cole.
Okay. Metro Boomin versus DJ Khaled.
You know it's Khaled all the way.
Okay. Dave
Another
East.
one.
Dave East versus Fabolous.
Fab all the way.
Bahamas versus Jamaica.
Wagwan.
Okay. Jamaica. City life versus suburban life.
I'm going to go with the suburb one time.
Yep. Condo versus house.
I'm going to need that house.
Yes. Okay. Drake versus The Weeknd. I know it's a hard one.
You going to take me there, huh?
Toughest one. The toughest
and
one.
that was the last one too.
You know,
Toughest
listen,
one.
Listen. By default, because we come from the same background, I'm going to go with The Weeknd one time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, represent.
Okay.
This is a represent. And he just did the Super Bowl. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He made
Shout out
Canadian
to The
history.
Weeknd.
Not just like he made Canadian history. There's never been a Canadian artist to perform at the Super Bowl
Yeah,
solo.
that's right.
Yeah.
I think we had Celine Dion at one point.
Exactly.
But she was like someone brought her out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is
Headline.
iconic. This is a
Headline.
headline
Yeah, that's
situation. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? We took it there.
Exactly.
You know.
And you know what's crazy? Because when I met you, you had that affiliation with EXO. I actually thought that you would have been signed to EXO. I really seen that happening.
There was some conversation, but I was really young at the time. Yeah. I was like 16, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was still figuring out my situation, you know.
Timing is very important.
Yeah. When I was 16, I had gotten a lot of attention, and I had gotten labels reach out to me, Atlantic Records, Interscope, EXO, like, you know. So I was just trying to figure out, you know, myself before diving into a situation like that. You know.
Yeah. No, I get it. And we were actually talking about that whole Super Bowl thing earlier because of the millions of dollars that it costs to get a commercial slot. And the millions of dollars that it costs to even perform. But speaking of millions of dollars, Lil Uzi Vert, who put a $24 million diamond in his head.
In the middle of his forehead.
Okay. Okay. So I've been disturbed, okay? But not only that, I saw a picture of blood gushing down from it.
Oh, I didn't see that picture.
Did you guys see that? You didn't see it? I
did not see that.
I couldn't believe it.
Was that when he just got it, or is that like
it was
afterwards?
So it must be getting infected. I don't know, but I've just been so shocked with what people do with their money, what they decide to do with their money.
Everything, and then
right?
you decide to put a diamond.
So
in
so would you date someone with 24 million diamond in their forehead?
I don't think I could. I don't think I could even date someone that has tattoos on their face. So just like
really?
looking at you have like this is what you decide to do with your money, to put in your middle of your forehead. I'm good.
You know what we could do with 24 million, guys? Like, let's talk about it. What can we do with 24 million? So much. But that's what he wants to do with his money. And he said that he paid it in increments too.
Yeah, that's wild.
But honestly, I don't think that's going to go well for him, because if it's bleeding like that, like, it's crazy.
He's definitely going to have to take that out.
My favorite part of the whole thing is that he looks like one of my favorite Marvel characters. Vision.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that the
I'm
whole
currently
time.
watching WandaVision. That's why it's very cool.
Do you think that,
maybe he got inspired?
Yeah,
he got inspired by that, definitely.
Yeah.
He had to.
The Infinity Stone. He got an Infinity Stone.
But I mean, does that mean that he has a lot of yes people around him? Like, is that what it is?
I feel like he's just living free and doing whatever he wants to do with his money.
I mean, but
At some point,
if I was his friend or part of his camp, I'd be like, I don't know.
The thing is, though, here's the thing.
You know,
you never really know. You never really know, because it's like no one's in his shoes to understand. No one experienced what he experienced.
Yeah,
right.
So it's like for him to do it, it's like it's for him, no one else really.
Yeah,
everyone sees it, but it's essentially just he wants to wake up and this is me.
This is what I work for. I want to look in the mirror and this is
what he worked hard for.
This is what I worked hard for.
Yeah, as long as
it's true. You never know.
You're happy. You got to just be happy end of the day.
Of course.
You know? So,
well, hopefully it doesn't get infected.
Sorry about the infection.
Because listen, like, you gotta wash
wild.
around it and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know how they went about implanting it. But the question I have for you is, what would you do with 24 million?
I would do a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
I'll buy some property, feed my family, put them in some homes too. Donate some money, I would like to give back to Toronto in some way, try to put something together.
Yes.
I want to do a lot. Yeah. And so when that time comes, definitely gonna make it happen. It's on my bucket list.
Right.
You know?
Yes. That's what I love to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, they could get spread like crazy.
Yeah.
So tell us, what can we expect from you in 2021?
2021, we can expect me coming out with a project. I got a project in the works. The name of the project is Tangible. It's a project I've been working on for a while. Excuse me. And I'm very confident in this project,
Are we expecting this around this year?
Yes.
Yeah,
we can
this
expect
year?
it definitely before the summer.
Okay.
And I got some crazy collabs on there. Mm-hmm. Crazy collabs on there.
Ooh.
Crazy collabs on
Any
there.
hints? Anything you can drop right now?
You already said Ella Mai, so I'm already excited.
Oh, yeah.
We got Ella Mai, King Combs,
That's amazing.
Wiz Khalifa.
Whoa.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna just stop right there.
Yeah, okay.
But it's sounding crazy
Give us a
though.
little something.
Okay,
Yeah,
listen,
that's
I've been
amazing.
working.
That's amazing
That's
already.
I've been
That's
working.
good.
You know
Good
what I'm
for
saying?
you.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
massive already.
2021, I'm working on a project, and also too, like I'm diving into some acting too as well.
Okay,
I just got offered a lead role in a short film.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And I'm really excited about that because I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah. Listen, sky is the limit.
Yeah,
Sky
you
is
know,
the limit.
I see some of my favorite artists,
Yeah.
tap
Sky's
into
not
like
even the limit.
I know, right?
The universe.
No, for
man.
real,
The
for
universe
real.
is fucking
No, for real.
massive.
Exactly.
And so that's something I'm tapping into right now.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm excited to deliver a lot this year.
I love that.
That's
I love
amazing. And that would be more film, commercial shows, like, what is it? It's a movie, you said?
Short film.
Oh, short film. That's
Yes, short film.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So that's something that we probably won't expect in 2021 because you still got to film and all that stuff, right? Or you already filmed?
No. We start shooting next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's go crazy on them.
Congrats
That's
on
what's
that.
up, man. Congratulations.
That's dope.
I'm really locked in on it. So like I'm
Yeah.
excited to be back in Toronto. I have been away for a while.
You have
I've
been,
been away. And so, like, to see the city grow so much, it's incredible.
Right.
It's incredible. I feel like I'm on a different planet.
I'm loving this energy right now.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's like, seeing. You ever watch the Jetsons?
Yes.
I just feel like the future is. Toronto's the future.
Oh
yeah.
Like, it's how much it's grown and like the spotlight that it has. It's like, I remember at a point where there was nobody looking at Toronto.
Yeah, they're like,
nobody.
Where are you from?
You from Canada?
And I was like, you from Toronto? Oh, come
It's
through.
major.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But even, don't you remember when it's like Americans would come through and like Canadians would pretend to be American for the Americans.
During Caravana.
You know, it's like, no, now it's cool to be from
be
Toronto.
Toronto.
It's so cool. Like,
Exactly.
it's everybody, even Americans want to be from Toronto.
Yeah,
you know,
right, yep.
it's so cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's dope to see like the support
growth.
the support system that we
Yeah.
have like globally
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
insane. You know,
and
it's
again,
dope.
we Raptors
Sports,
were 2019
music.
champions.
Yes.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? The biggest
Yes.
artists in the world come from Toronto.
Canada.
You get what I'm saying?
As a whole,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Exactly.
we're taking over.
Exactly.
I think some of the best artists in music,
Are Canadian.
Canadian.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm
Tell
telling
him.
you.
Tell
I'm
him.
telling you. Oh, we have a non-Canadian in the room. Oh, but he believes it. He understands. He knows what it is.
You said Jamaica, it hurt my heart.
But yeah, no, it's definitely like huge to have you back here. Because
Yeah.
what's crazy is that he was like, this artist Jahkoy? I'm like, of course I know
Yeah.
Jahkoy.
Hold on.
And then
I'm just gonna stop you right there real quick. My name, how it's pronounced? Jahkoy.
Jahkoy?
Yes, smooth.
Okay.
Jahkoy.
Jahkoy. You know
It's a
what? I've
sexy
never
logo.
heard it that way.
No.
So I've
Do
only
a lot
read
of people
it. I've only
pronounce
read
it the other way?
Yeah, because a lot of people are
So it's-
familiar with Jah.
Oh,
People are
okay.
familiar
Yes,
with Jah.
yes, 'cause
you
the
know?
H that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay, and just to
Jahkoy.
make it clear, it's Cay Radio. Okay.
Oh shoot! All right, no. Yo, it's super balanced right now because like we balanced.
Because he's from the Bahamas,
Yeah.
so it's they pronounce Key like Florida Keys and Queens Key. It's
So y'all spell it Q. We on Queens.
we spell it
Key right now.
Q-U-A-Y.
Q-U-A-Y.
Yeah.
It's 3 different spellings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so that
crazy.
could also be confusing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's Cay
Okay.
Radio,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Jahkoy, yeah.
Yes.
So again, from knowing you as Raheem,
Yes.
like it's just so it's amazing to have you back here. And because again, he was like, "Do you know Jahkoy?" And I'm like, "Of course I know him. Of course I know him." And then he's like, he just dropped this record with Fabolous, and at that time I didn't know that you did the remix. And I've always been following you and everything you've been doing, and I've always been so fucking proud. Like, and I was like, let me hit him up and get him on the show. So to know that you were in Toronto, I hit up Tula. So shout out Tula.
Shout out Tula.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And he's like, yeah, let me make it happen. And I haven't even seen Tula in years either. But good, like, sure enough, he messaged you, and then, you messaged me back, and we made it happen. So I'm very, very happy to have you here. I'm so excited for you, everything you got going on.
Thank you for having
as
me.
well as
Congrats.
with what she's got going on. Because again, Toronto
Yeah,
is
rocking
now,
Toronto.
Yeah.
it's the
Going up, man. We're going up.
and me doing parties for a long time in the last few years, a lot of celebrities and influencers would hit me up saying, "Can I get booked in Toronto? Can I get booked? Can I get booked?"
Yeah.
But we do have a different market here. So I would have to reach out to the club owners and be like, "Can we get this person, that person?" So it's a different market. We don't have that market like the States does,
we don't.
or some other parts of the world.
Yeah.
We have to work on that,
Yeah.
because we do have like a massive country, but not really the population. So until
Yeah.
we get to that point, I want to grow the market. I want the market to grow, and I want to create this music infrastructure, which is why we have this platform here at
Yes.
Box Power Sound.
Thank you for this
and
as
Cay
well.
Radio.
Yes.
And
Amazing.
having incredible talent like you guys here with me, who I know personally, and
Yes.
Yes.
we rock with each other, and we just want to see it all grow. So tell the listeners right now, what's some advice that you would tell the 11-year-old you that was just writing poetry?
I would say, don't give up. And if it's something that you truly want to do, just do it. Because nobody's going to understand it but you.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know?
Real shit.
For real.
Love it. All right. So let everybody know where they can find you on social media, however way they can tune into your music and all that stuff.
You can find me on social media. My name is Jahkoy. It's Jahkoy. You can find it even on my social platforms on Jahkoy.com. It's JAHKOY.com. Jahkoy.com. Go crazy.
The next big thing coming out of Canada.
Hey.
Let's go. So let's get you to introduce this song right here, which is one of my favorite songs of yours as well.
Oh, let's go.
On top of the Exes and Summer Flings.
This
let's
record right here.
It.
This record right here, dope record. I was in Australia when I put this record out. Shout out this record one time. It's called Granted by Jahkoy.
Go.
But very happy to have you guys here. And I just kind of want to do an outro to big you guys up for everything you guys got going on. It is my mandate pretty much to bring this Canadian talent together, as well as all the talent across the world, and give them this platform on Box Power Sound to represent and play their best songs and tell us their background stories. Because a lot of times people don't know the person behind the music that they love, right? Mm-hmm. And there's always that background story that will make you appreciate that artist so much more. And because I've known you guys before your musical careers, I know who you are already. So you ain't got to tell me nothing, but I want everybody else to hear it. And it's crazy to see how far Jahkoy, like where you've taken it, and like it's so crazy. So just tell us one last thing about everything that you've learned in this whole journey of yours.
I've learned that I'm capable of doing what I say I'm gonna do, and I know that everybody really is. You just gotta believe in themselves, and stay hungry for it. Exactly. Because a lot of times people feel like if you don't get the attention that you want immediately, it's like then it kind of breaks you down a little bit, Yes. And so it's just it's like hanging on a cliff, Exactly. Just having that extra strength to pull up, and keep going, because it's like the journey continues.
Exactly.
The journey always continues, and you just got to stay strong.
Love to see it.
100%.
Proud of you. Thank you so much for being my special guest co-host today.
Thank you.
And that is it for episode 18. We're going to play some more music for everybody to close out the show. But thank you guys again. We're going to do the post show right now in the Remy Cointreau Lounge. And turn up, because it's only right. It's a celebration.
All right.
And again, our first in-studio show inside Manifesto. And we're very excited.
So having us.
Thank you so much. That is Box Power Sound episode 18 for y'all with my co-host Asheley Turner and Jahkoy.
Let's go.
Jahkoy.
Let's go.
Turn up. That was good.